Hi, my dear pupils. Hope you are all safe at home. Welcome to Krishna Family Political Life session. In this module, we will learn about the Bharatiya Samvidhana, the Indian Constitution. It is the supreme law of India, and here we shall also know about its key features. The Indian Constitution is also known as Bharatiya Samvidhana. We, the people of India, having solemnly resolved to constitute India into a sovereign, socialist, secular, democratic republic, and to secure to all its citizens justice, liberty, equality, and fraternity in our Constituent Assembly. This 26th day of November 1949 do hereby adopt, enact, and give to ourselves this Constitution. What you just heard is the preamble of Constitution of India. To understand the preamble, we need to make us clear what is meant by Constitution. What is mean by Constitution? Constitution is the set of written rules which cannot be overridden by the people. Constitution is the set of rules which govern the people how they can live in a country. Constitution is the set of principles that the people of the country agree upon as the basis of how they want to be governed. So, this Constitution of India was adopted on November 26, 1949 and enacted on January 26, 1950. Almost all the parts of the world have constitution. Each and every people are denied to a set of rules in which country they are living. Nepal is actually in the crisis of rewriting its constitution. Let us take a closer look of Nepal. Nepal used to be monarchy. Monarchy means it is a form of government where the king rules a people. There are also other forms of government, for example, aristocracy, democracy, oligarchy, democracy, theocracy, and tyranny. In this, Nepal is a country in which people were ruled by king's rule. The people were not happy with monarchy and they started revolting against the king. They started to fight against the king, and finally, in 2006, the monarchy was abolished. The king's rule was broken. The king was overthrown from the power, and the Nepal became a democratic country. That is, it was become a people's rule country. Democracy means a country ruled by people. That is, the elected representative of the people rules a country. To reflect this, the constitution is now being written to remove the authority of kings and give the power in the hands of the people. And hereby, Nepal became a democratic country in the year 2006. Can you name any other country that is democratic? Yeah, it's of course India. India too is a democratic country, and this fact is included in our constitution as well. The important feature of our constitution is to define country's polity, that is, who should rule the country and how they rule the country. A constitution defines the nature of country's polity. After getting independence from the British, the Indian national movement have many ideas for making free and democratic India. Indian National Movement is a political party which was formed in India to get independence from the British. They have ideas like equality, secularism, and no exploitation. They had this idea to make India a free and democratic country. They winged different ideas that would form democratic government. Do you know our constitution was framed with 300 plus members, and it was initiated by Motilal Nehru to form the Indian National Constitution. But he couldn't succeed it. It was succeeded by Dr. B.R. Ambedkar, Bhimarao Ambedkar. He was also known as father of Indian Constitution, and this constitution was enacted on 26 January 1950, and thereby that day was celebrated as Republic Day of India. As we already saw, India too is democracy. Constitution gives right to people equally, irrespective of age, religion, race, caste, gender, and place of birth. Let me repeat it. Constitution gives right to people equally, irrespective of age, religion, race, caste, gender, and place of birth. The rights guaranteed by the Constitution ensure that leaders don't misuse power. The leaders will not misuse power in a democratic country. As all people have equal rights, the Constitution ensures that the majority cannot enforce their views on minority and so prevents trial. The Constitution protects us from ourselves. The majority cannot enforce their views on minority so that we can prevent us from ourselves. What it means we can prevent us from ourselves? It acts as a guideline to ensure that we should not take any action based on public emotions. Here, in a democratic country or in a constitutional framed country, we cannot take actions on any people based on public emotions. Hereby, next we are going to see about the features of Indian constitutions. First, federalism. By this, we mean that more than one level of government exists in India. These are central, state, and the local state government are Panchayat Raj. More than one level of government exists in India. Central, state, and the local state government are Panchayati Raj. The second feature of our Indian constitution is parliamentary form of government. People of India can vote and elect their leader to lead the country. Here in India, people have rights to put vote to their selected representative and they can form the government. The third feature is separation of powers. As per the constitution, there are three state organs. They are legislature, executive, and judiciary. Legislature means it refers to Indian Parliament, which consists of elected representatives. These elected representatives are elected by the people through elections. Executive. It is responsible for running the government. It is headed by President and Prime Ministers. Next is the judiciary. It refers to the system of court, Supreme Court, High Court, District Court. It states that each of this organ exercise different responsibility and each organ keeps other organ in check. Hence, the power is balanced. Separation of power includes legislative, executive, and judiciary. Even though each organ functions independently, it combines together and it is balancing the power. The fourth feature of Indian Constitution is fundamental rights. The fundamental rights provided by our constitutions are right to equality, right to freedom, right against exploitation, religious freedom, culture and education, and the final one is constitutional remedies. Right to equality, right to freedom, right against exploitation, right to freedom of religion, culture and educational right, right to constitutional remedies. And the final one is secularism. It ensures that no particular religion is promoted as the state religion. And these features of constitution ensures that India is a great place to live. The features of Indian constitution are federalism, parliament, separation of powers, fundamental rights and secularism. And here we have come to the end of the module. Let us recap. We have seen about the preamble of our constitution and we have clearly understood what for the preamble is. Preamble is as like a index of a page. It clearly and makes us easy to understand our constitution. A constitution is a list of principles that the people of country agree upon as the basis of how they want to be governed. A constitution is a set of rules which the people cannot override. A constitution defines the nature of country's political system, that is, who can rule and how they can rule. The constitution protects us from ourselves. It means that our constitution can't take action based on public emotions, and that the key features of constitution are federalism, parliamentary form of government, separation of powers, fundamental rights, and secularism. Hope you're all clear with the topic that we have discussed today. Catch you in the next session. Thank you all.